Lifted down the line. This game is tied on a Turner home run.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain, and a weird lineup, you get a weird ending just like that. Not sure what that was about. Ricochets off the home plate, but the Dodgers get the win nonetheless, and really kind of a bizarre feeling in that one. But hey, the Dodgers get it done. It really give the bullpen all the credit in the world. 6 scoreless innings by the bullpen tonight, and really, it was really big time. The bullpen, they get the job done, and Kenley Jansen, he comes out there, and he was really looking like 2017 Kenley, the way the velocity looked on that cutter. He was mowing guys down 94, 95 on the cutter, and really, it was a great night for the Dodgers, especially when you consider that the kids got some playing time. The rookies, they got out there, and they got some playing time against Robbie Ray. But we're going to get into the game, break it all down just a second. But like we start off every show, let me know where you guys are watching the Dodgers Nation After Dark here for the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Let me know in the comments where you guys watching from. Give me your city, zip codes, area codes. But thanks for joining us here, guys. But here we go. Let's do it. We got our friend Cito. Heck yeah. Cito Ramo. Go Blue. Senior Gonzo, way to go Dodgers. Gary Jaquez, all the blue heart emojis. Seta Romo, Derek Johnson, Blue Crew. We got Mike Killing, MG Jansen almost blew it again. Look, Ahmed got that singer. It was a single. It was a clean shot off him. He stole second. And look, guys, this is National League Baseball. No, the stolen base has not been outlawed. You saw it in effect tonight. Chris Taylor had a stolen base, and that was a really big factor there, putting him into scoring position. And really, it's a high-leverage situation. Kenley Jansen, he got the job done one way or the other. But you're right, though. We got Derek Johnson, West Side rolling, Linda Sanchez, yay. We got Yvonne, go Dodgers, Andy EU. What an awkward finish. Like I just said, lineup was a little weird. Ending was a little weird. Game in general, they got it. The bats woke up late. You got Turner getting a home run. Kike gets a home run. For whatever reason, he rocks Robbie Ray for his 4th jack of his career off Ray. But here we go. We got Hugo JB. That last out. Oh my God! Look, I mean, can you imagine if that was a postseason game or a game, an NLCS, a World Series game? There would have been all kinds of controversy about that ending. But instead, it's a mid-season game against the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers, give them credit. They don't lose very many back-to-back games. Hasn't happened since, of course, we lost to the Angels a few weeks ago, and really this one could have gone either way. Ross Stripling still adjusting to that new role, filling in for the injured Rich Hill, and he goes 3 innings. But look, the Dodgers, they get it done. I mean, give the boys credit, give CT3 credit. Alex Verdugo, he gets his hitting streak going. Max Muncy continues that on-base streak. So look, the Dodgers, even in a lineup where you look like the OKC Dodgers potentially, AAA Dodgers with all this young talent out there, and they're almost using this game as it looked like a rehab assignment game or something like that, as far as what we saw these players do at the beginning of the year. But the Dodgers get it done, and that's really the culture that this team has, is they're going to get these wins. They don't like to lose to Arizona. We know that playing at Chase Field has been an issue in the last few years, but give them credit. The Dodgers, they even out the series, and they get the win tonight. But here we go. We got Andrew saying, I know a win is a win, but that was an awkward finish. Yeah, all you guys pointed out that finish was very awkward. You wanted to see more. You always want to see a strikeout, a cutter strikeout, some high cheese with Kenley, and really, you'll take it, especially with that runner on second and in scoring position, a run on second that could be the tying run. The winning run at the plate. Look, the Dodgers got the job done. There's a lot of positives to take away from this game. Joe Kelly had another solid outing, but I love that. Joe Kelly, that's a microcosm of the season for Joe Kelly. He goes up, the ball gets popped up, looks like it should be easy, and it falls. There's a hole in Joe Kelly's glove, but maybe he wanted to strike out because he got it on the next pitch. But here we go. Sharon, such suspense tonight, but our boys in blue got the job done. Yay, Dodgers. That's the mentality. They got the job done. Get the series split. John, what up, John Eastless from the 661. That's a regular right there. What up, John? We got G-Star 760. Just because Jansen has a heart condition doesn't mean he has to give us one every time he pitches. G-Star from Periscope. That's a good one, man. Hey, look, Jansen makes it interesting, but that is the spot we want to see Kenley Jansen in. We want to see him get clean innings. We want to see him in games, in high-leverage situations, and on the tails of Julio Urias, who really looked lights out again in stretches tonight. Julio Urias, guys, he's putting it together. We see why he has ace potential, that he has elite stuff. And then Pedro Baez comes in. He does the job. So really, you don't want to mess that up. But look, at the end of the day, 6 scoreless innings, 2 hits, 1 given up by Kenley right there. We got Cedar Romo. We got Las Vegas, Nevada. We got Jasmine Lane Edwards. Dodger Blue. We got Ruben Moreno, 805 Santa Maria, California. We got Lorenzo Antonio. Yes, we got the win, but Jansen not going to cut it in the playoffs. Look, we're going to talk probably all about that until the July 31st trade deadline, is who can we get to pair with Kenley Jansen. We saw that Urias, hey, man, there's a lot of guys that working for Dodgers Nation that love Julio Urias, and he can be a weapon in a game, a high-leverage game down the stretch. I got my money on Julio Urias stepping in there and getting clutch outs because he's focused. He lost his command for a couple at-bats, but really, he's a guy who looks like he's got good stuff. But look, I'm with you, too. I don't know if Jansen would cut it in the playoff. Tonight, his cutter was cutting and had the velocity because this year, his cutter, you're looking at 90 to 92. His best season, was averaging over 92. And really, it looked like tonight he didn't have the complete command of it, but from a velocity standpoint, maybe he did figure something out mechanically that helps him get those velocity ticks up where we saw tonight. But I'm with you. I don't think I'm of the belief that one would think that you would want someone to pair him with, do a two-headed monster, someone like a Doolittle, someone like a Will Smith, someone like a Vasquez, someone like a Brad Hand. Unfortunately, the Brad Hand dream scenario seems to be fading by the day with the way the Indians are playing and the way that apparently that any big fire sale by the Indians is going to take place in the winter time. So, but here we go. We got Doug from East Lansing, Michigan. Shout out to Doug Crosby from East Lansing. We got Betty Romero from Mission Hills. What up, Bihana 55 in the rival city, San Francisco. She's always representing. We got PYKS watching from Phoenix. All right, enemy territory, Phoenix. Maybe you know the person who ran onto the field to give Cody Bellinger another hug. Message to the fans out there, this Cody Bellinger challenge needs to end. And really, they took a swift move right there. She's going to be banned from Chase Field indefinitely. And look, it's all fun and games until you see the video of her chasing Cody Bellinger. It does look a little creepy, but here we go. We got Lorenzo Antonio from the 702. We got Charles Hamble from the 562 Whittier. SD Dodgers still at work here in San Diego. The legend Tim Rogers from San Diego. By the way, check out Tim Rogers' piece on DodgersNation.com. Greatest Dodger content in all the land. If you're not Dodgering properly if you're not rocking with all the Dodgers Nation content. And Tim Rogers has a really good one about how the chemistry could impact, how a trade could potentially impact chemistry. He throws out a lot of examples of past trades, like the Ellis for Ruiz trade a couple years ago, A.J. Ellis for Carlos Ruiz. And really, sometimes when you trade some of these locker room presences, you don't want to disrupt that. And this team clearly has A1 chemistry. You see it on display pretty much every game. The fact that these rookies can come in and the vets have no issues with guys like Alex Verdugo having some fun with it. He's always doing crazy stuff, bringing that energy, dancing to Montel Jordan at the end of the game there. I mean, really, you got to give credit to these veterans that let these rookies shine. So I'm with you, too. You got to wonder what that does for team chemistry standpoint. But here we go. Let's get back into these comments right here. But can you guys believe that we are already halfway through the season? I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy because we all want to get to the postseason, but I'm a guy who enjoys the regular season. I'm a guy who enjoys this 162 game grind, and really I'm just a little bit sad that we're already halfway there. But the Dodgers 55-26. Record versus the Diamondbacks this year up to 6-3, and really it's the NL West. The Dodgers feast off the NL West. Now they're 24-9 against the NL West, 9-2 in their last 11 against the NL West, on pace to win 110 games. So the Los Angeles Dodgers, they are playing at a 110 win clip, and they're really on pace to really make a series. Obviously, on pace is really just a measuring stick on how you're doing at the current time. We saw what happened in 2017. Yes, you can go on slides. I don't think this team is a team that's going to lose 16 of 17. I don't think so. This team looks like a team that's going to be pretty much slide-proof, and it really comes with their patience at the plate. Look what Max Muncy did. He extended that streak right there. Even Will Smith, who didn't have his best night, he was battling all night long, working that count for Will Smith. Already had over 20 pitches against Ray, and really that's something you got to look at as a mature player, a player that has poise, that says, look, maybe I'm not going to get a jack on every hit. He's not going to be a legend on every single swing, but he really contributed tonight. He's getting more comfortable behind the plate as a catcher, and the Dodgers, like I said, 110 wins. That they're going to be making a serious run at that 1974 team that won 106 games. You're talking about Mike Marshall. You're talking about Garvey, 5 All-Stars on that team. And really, that's a team that they can make a run at. But here we go. We got Sammy from Yuma, Arizona. Tucson. We got Yvonne. We got Robert. Romero, Doyer's getting it. We got Carmen, Go Dodgers, Juice Narrows, repping the 323 Southgate, Juice Box Boy Gaming, Let's Go Dodgers, watching from the 626. We got Dark Vader Zero, Go Blue, Shelly Combs, Kingsbury, California, John Barry, Humboldt County, loving the Dodgers. Third World Series is a charm. Hey, third World Series is a charm. Maybe that is the theme this year. 3 walk-offs in a row by rookies. Third time winning the NL West, 7th time winning the NL West, third time winning the National League, and third time is a charm. Hopefully they get it done and they break that World Series streak. So I like that. Maybe the 3 is a special number for the Dodgers this year. But Jesus Felix, Go Dodgers. Holly Chan, Go Dodgers from the 435. Betty Ramiro, 818, San Fernando Valley. We got Goose Gang, let's go. Marios Avios, congrats Dodgers on a great comeback win. And the DBacks, let's go Dodgers. Let's go 2 for 2 tomorrow. Yes, the Dodgers. And tomorrow, I'm very excited. I'm thrilled. It's a day game. I think it's like a 12:35 start. And, of course, for tomorrow's game, you got a debut. I think that's one of the most exciting things, especially when you're the Dodgers and you're up 12 in your division. You're going to run away with your division. It's fun to see them use their division. They're using the NL West division as a playground just to develop guys, just to see what they have. And really, tomorrow is another perfect example because Gonsolin's coming in, and this guy is really – he's a guy, Tony Gonsolin, that's just, I think, has the potential to be extremely special. And he's just a great story. They picked him out of St. Mary's in the ninth round back in 2016. And he's currently the Dodgers' number 4 prospect and a Cal League All-Star last year. And really, this is a guy who has the potential to be in that rotation. No question about it. 25, he's a 2.77 ERA and 8 stars, 31 strikeouts, and 13 walks in his 26 innings pitched. But he's got that plus velocity. His fastball has been really built up way past 94, and he can go higher. He can go up that ladder if he needs to. He's got breaking balls in his arsenal. He's got that biting splitter, and then he can command. And I think it's going to be really exciting to see what we get out of him tomorrow because, look, the Dodgers have weapons in that farm system, and he's definitely one of them. So it's really, really exciting to see what we're going to get out of him tomorrow, because really this guy, he's a guy that has just really done well in the Pacific Coast League. He's a fly ball pitcher who really doesn't allow very many home runs, just 8 home runs in those last year. 8 home runs in 128 innings, and really 2018 he came to play, and I'm really excited to see what we got out of him. But here we go. We got our boy, we got Linda Ward, CT3. Exactly. Chris Taylor has been playing lights out. Yes, someone on here called him CT3K because he was striking out a lot. But Chris Taylor has just played phenomenally. Last 8 games, 7 of 12, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs in 13 RBIs in 13 games since Seager went down with that hamstring injury. So since Seager went down, we needed him to step up, and really, he was just another story tonight. I like him. Urias was a big story, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned run, and I liked what we saw out of him, Pedro Baez. But you're right, Chris Taylor is just playing great. He had that double the other way, he's stealing bases. And really, if you can get this Chris Taylor, it's about getting the bat on the ball. It's about shortening that stroke on those pitches, because really it's the strikeouts with him. Yes, he has the all-time Dodgers strikeout record, 178 last year, but you got to like what you see. He started strong, had that dip, and he looks to be back. So I like what I'm seeing out of Chris Taylor. He's really, really something to be very exciting about. It's a really big-time development for the Dodgers. We got Jesus 559, Visalia, Julio Urias should start. Look, Julio Urias is a guy that, yes, they're being very protective with him, and really last time 47 pitches out of the bullpen. That was his most. That was the most he had before tonight. And really, look, it's to him. You got that. You got a combination of, yes, they're trying to gauge him. They're trying to work him back from that injury, and they don't want to burn him. They don't want to burn him out. But sometimes I'm with you. This guy looks like he's built up to be a starter, that he has the potential to start. And really, Ross Stripling is incredible. You got to love the stripper right there coming in, and he's still adjusting to taking it and assuming that starter's role. But Julio Urias, I'm with you. It almost feels like what Dusty Baker was doing with Strasburg back in the day. You know, you got to just – injuries are going to happen when they're going to happen. And, yes, you don't want to burn him out, but I'm with you. He looks almost like he's too good. But, look, the way we are right now, that extended relief is something that's just the trend of Major League Baseball. The bullpen is volatile in 2019, and really extended relief is an extra weapon. We've seen it work out with Tampa Bay with the opening starters. We saw it work out with the Brewers last year, and really, if you look at the trends, this year relievers have a higher ERA than starters at 4.50. Starters are at 4.44. That's the first time it's been like that since 1969, since they lowered that mound. So if you do have someone like Julio Urias that can give you that extended relief, but with explosive stuff like he has, lefty, I mean, he could be something that also provides a weapon in that role. And then, yes, you don't burn him out, and you preserve him not only for the remainder of this year and deep in the postseason, but for future seasons. But like I was saying, the bullpen is a whole different avenue for teams to get up on their opponents. The bullpen is really where a lot of these games are coming down to, and you see bullpen ERA. Look, we always like to complain about our bullpen, but look, the bullpen really has their issues. There's no question about that, but everyone in Major League Baseball is definitely having their issues, okay? Yes, the bullpen is responsible for 16 of the 26 losses, and then Dylan Floro yesterday, really high leverage. I don't know how much I trust Dylan Floro. Since May 11th, his ERA is up to 10.45, and really it's the inherited runners with the bullpen, and it's the damage for the bullpen. But here we go. Back to you guys. We got Alonzo Visalia Ova. We got Michael Kennedy, CT3 strikes again. We got Real FRG, Dodgers pitching tonight, 9 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run. Yes, the Dodgers starting pitching did it again tonight. They wowed us with their excellence. And really, they're adjusting on the fly. They're adjusting on the fly. They had a really great thing going with the consistent starts of Rich Hill. But really, with Rich Hill out of the lineup and Ross Stripling coming in, it's going to take a second for him to really give you those starters innings, because Ross Stripling is a guy that is capable of it. There's no question about that. He showed us last year that he's capable of it. He showed us the year before that. And this year, he started 6 games and had an ERA of 2.45. And against the Diamondbacks, really, he played really great. 7.1 scoreless innings, 3 hits in 25 at-bats. But really, it's Chase Field. For Ross Stripling, he doesn't pitch very well at Chase Field. 0 for 4 with a 5.57 ERA in 12 games. And that's the thing. But look, with Ross Stripling, I still believe in him as the guy that you put in for Rich Hill until he gets back. Got the nice 12-6 breaking ball. He can elevate the fastball when he's clicking. And really, if you look at his splits too, as a starter, he's hitting his ERA is 2.65 as a starter. Opponents are hitting 2.18 against him, and coming in out of the bullpen, his ERA is 4.02, and opponents are hitting 2.46 against him. So the thing is, if you look at it that way, really to get the most out of Ross Stripling, this is the move. But really, it came down to they kind of worked him really early on there, and they got his pitch count up. And it was another day where you could see, knowing they were going to bring in Urias, knowing they were going to give the bullpen 6 innings, it's something that really it's something to be applauded. The bullpen came through tonight, and here we go. But we got Ernie Vasquez from San Pedro. We got Jesus Serrano. Julio Urias killed it. We got G-Star 760 just because Jansen has a heart. Okay. We got Jeremy Ross 95 twice in a row. Yes, that was really the take-home tonight. There's so many games in a season, 81 games out of 162, and really that's something to look at tonight. That is really something to take away tonight, is that he was hitting 95 on that. Real FRG, Dodgers are 27-17 on the road. Impressive team. The Dodgers on the road, they're doing big things. The Dodgers at home, we know how dominant they are. And really getting it done tonight it definitely was a game that could have gone either way, but they get it done. And really you had to be worried knowing that they were going to have to get so much out of the bullpen. Last week they got 17 innings out of the bullpen on those Thursday and Friday games. But look, the Dodgers, they got it done. 40-7 when leading after 6, 9 of 20. The Dodgers heading into tonight were 9-20 when scoring 3 or fewer. So tonight was a way of the Dodgers showing, look, we can score 3 or fewer and still get the job done, not only at home but also on the road at Chase Field. I've never been to a game at Chase Field, but the dynamic there was really, really something interesting. I mean, like Oral Hershiser said, it almost felt like a college football game. You had Dodger fans, Diamondback fans going at it, but the Dodgers, they got it done tonight. And really, Ross goes 3 innings, and I kind of feel like you could have even stretched out Stripling more last night, but here we go. I mean, the Dodgers, they improved to 5-2 in games started by Ross Stripling, and really they have not given Ross Stripling a lot of run support this year in his starts. The Dodgers averaging going into tonight, they were averaging 2.5 runs per start when Ross Stripling takes the hill. So that was that. But they get it done. The Dodgers get it done, and really hottest team, one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball, 16-7 in that stretch, and really you gotta love it. The Dodgers, they're getting it done, even with so many rookies out there. And just look at this team from last year. This team from last year, from April. First of all, we started 8-8. 8-8. On April 14th, the Dodgers have pulled off a 47-18 stretch since then. That is more than a fluke. This is a lifestyle for your Los Angeles Dodgers. They're getting things done. 9-1 their last 10 series versus the NL West. They own the NL West. And another thing, too, they have the top run differential, plus 1 133 run differential in Major League Baseball. Actually, in Major League Baseball, second is Minnesota at plus 105. So all the numbers show you and why the Dodgers are dominating. But here we go. We got CPT. Joe Kelly is making everyone's job easier. Hey, man, that's why I say he's the closer that you love to hate. But you're going to have to give him his due when he has success. But let's break down this game a little bit here and really and get into it. But actually, let's take some more of your questions. Here we go. We got our boy Jaime Karam in the 602. We got Jeremy Ross, 95, twice in a row. We got Albert Munoz, go Dodgers, Wasco, California. We got A. Polly, try to trade for another pitcher. Yes, the Dodgers, they're going to be in the market for another pitcher. And really, there's a lot of guys that you want to talk about as far as with the Rich Hill injury. Should they bring in a starter? Should they bring in a reliever? In my opinion, I think the starting pitching is fine, especially when you get to the postseason. Really want to roll with four guys and in that stretch. So to me, I'm rolling with the Dodgers starting pitching. But as far as relievers go, there's a lot of guys that you would take a flyer on. I mean, of course, the Brad Hand, he's the superstar player that everyone wants. But I don't think the Dodgers need superstar-ish, okay? They don't necessarily need Brad Hand. Obviously, that would be the dream scenario. But I think that there's a lot of guys out there that you could get. Shane Green is a guy that really, year by year, he's had his ups and downs. So how much do you trust him? And then also Giles, you've heard Giles. I think the Dodgers could get him on a reasonable price. But really, 2017, he almost cost the Astros that ALCS. He had an ERA of over 10 in that series. So you don't know in that situation whether he's going to bring it. But a guy that I really like too is Vasquez, Felipe Vasquez from the Pirates. He's a guy that I really like because I really think the Pirates, they shouldn't make that same mistake twice that they made last year. So the Pirates keep fooling themselves into thinking they're a contender. And really, look, yes, that wild card is up for grabs, and this July 31st trade deadline is going to make things interesting because who knows what everyone that convinces themselves they're a contender. But if I'm any of these teams vying for these wild card spots, I'm like, contending for what? Contending for a couple extra playoff games for morale? I mean, this day and age, you got juggernauts here in these conferences, and really, I'm thinking to myself, do you really want to not sell when it's not a smart thing for your franchise? When it's this go big or go home thing for baseball, and it's been proven that really, if you're not getting it done on the highest of levels, you're not really having these Cinderella stories in Major League Baseball. It's the juggernauts that have won every single year in recent memory. So, in my opinion, I think the Pirates should really consider, shipping away Felipe Vasquez. He's a guy that you could offer. Jeter Downs, I think that's someone that they could move for him, and is someone that I want to, or Gray, because really Vasquez, and the thing is too, they already have Lux. So Vasquez. So losing Downs he's definitely a good player. I like him as a prospect, but I think that Vasquez I got to keep an eye on because I don't think they're going to give up Hand. I'll see it when I believe it. Yes, the last trade with the Dodgers and the Giants is back in 2007 with Sweeney, and I think that they make a move, but I'll believe when I see if they get Will Smith and really, but Vasquez, I'm telling you, if you look at his contract status. I mean, $4.5 million in 2019, $5.75 in 2020. He's under contract until 2022, and he's currently 27. So he's productive, and really, he could be the closer when Kenley Jansen leaves. So when Kenley leaves, we could make him the heir apparent. He could be the understudy, and really you could have a two-headed monster. He's a lefty. I'm really excited about him, man. That's who I dream about at night. But if the Pirates, if they keep him, I really think it's a blown opportunity. But really, I just like that. I mean, for right-handers, you would have Baez, Floro, Garcia, Kelly. Kelly, I'm telling you, he's starting to look better. By the way, 68 hit by pitches for Justin Turner, closing in on Jackie Robinson's 72. So Justin Turner, he's getting hit by more pitches than Shark Tank judges. And really, it was great to see him get his 8th home run tonight because hasn't been hitting for too much power since that 3 home run game back in May. And it was great to see that. But here we go. We got Janice Ferrucci go blue. We got yes, Vasquez is nice. Yes, I'm big on Vasquez, man. I've been watching a lot of highlights of him, and really, I like his age. I like that he's under contract. And look, you're not going to get without giving something up. And really, to me, I like the age where he's at. I think that focusing our attention on Brad Hand is really going to end up being a pipe dream for the Dodgers. But we got the Munchman 13. If Hill's injury is serious, do you think they make a trade for a starter? I mean, really, they could potentially make a trade for a starter, but I don't know. I like Tim Rogers' a piece about disrupting chemistry. The starting rotation, the Dodgers have starter-like relievers with Julio Urias, with Ross Stripling. But that's the thing, too. This whole new trading deadline is going to test us with Rich Hill. If it was years past and that deadline was where we're used to it being, maybe he comes back and maybe he's not the guy that he was before the injury, and that the Dodgers would be forced to make a move. Get a guy like a Yu Darvish like they did back in 2017 to get another starter. But there are guys that could be available. But there are guys that you could see in that mix. And look at Gonsolin. I mean, who knows what we get from Gonsolin tomorrow? You know, he could be in there rocking his cat shirts. And really, if you look at him, he was so lights out in spring training in that showcase that really no runs in 9 innings pitched across 4 appearances in that spring training showcase. And then with OKC, like I said, he's doing well, too, 2.57 ERA and 7 starts. And really, the thing with him, too, he was nursing an injury. He had an injury that was hurting him. He had an oblique injury, so he missed some time. And then, so who knows? We'll see what we get out of him tomorrow. With the way this farm system has been acting like this golden goose of late, who knows? Maybe he comes in and he looks like a guy you could plug in and get some innings out of himself, and you move things around. Maybe you throw him into the bullpen. But there's also guys, Matthew Boyd's a guy, Caleb Smith is a guy that's interesting. Caleb Smith is a guy who really, if I was like I said, I really like with this young core what it is. That's my favorite thing about this Dodger team is, yes, they're winning games with high-priced talent. They're winning games with veteran leadership, but also they're winning games with the core of it being their drafted youth. Guys like Bellinger, Verdugo, Seager, guys that have come up through the pipeline, and also young guys that can grow together and form that nucleus that can really have a Dodgers dynasty. So look, hey man, we get one, we're gonna get greedy, and we're gonna want to get 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna want to be a dynasty. And Caleb Smith is a guy who knows what the Marlins would do, because the Marlins, they're a team that let Christian Yelich go. They're a team that's let a lot of really big-time players go. But there's Stroman out there. There's guys that can do it. But here we go. By the way, the youngest team to win a World Series was the 1942 St. Louis Cardinals. Their average age 26.65, and they won with youth. So look, this team has a great blend of youth and veteran leadership. And if we're going to bring guys in, I really like bringing in guys that are young talent, like a Vasquez, too. But here we go. We got Edgard. I love L.A. I love L.A. Shout out to Randy Newman. Cue the Randy Newman. I love L.A. Dodgers get it done. We got Tina. Why trade? Just bring someone up. Do they have any pitchers ready? We're gonna see tomorrow with Gonsolin. We're gonna see what he can do. And really, he can bring that fire. He's a guy that can come up and do big things. Dustin May, who knows? He's still only 21 years old. We're going to see what we can do with him. But here we go. We got Manuel. Austin Barnes looked really good. Look, Austin Barnes, He looked okay at second. He did. He looked okay. He made a nice little backhand play. Give him credit. It was his 45th game ever starting at second base, and he got the job done. I'm glad they brought in Muncy, though. They brought in Muncy to they brought in Muncy again, and he was able to extend that streak. He said an interesting thing. I think it was David Vassay, I believe, but he was talking about he knows he's locked in, not when he's hitting home runs, not when he's getting base hits or doubles. He knows he's locked in when he's taking walks. And really, you saw it on that. He extended that on-base streak to 34 games on that walk. So great play discipline by Max Muncy. And the last Dodger to reach safely in more than 33 games was Hanley Ramirez, who did it for 36 straight games from June 13th to July 30th, 2013. So Max Muncy, I just love the fact, look, I don't care how well he did last year. In the back of his mind, he was wondering, was that a fluke? Do they have the tape on me? Are they going to adjust to me? And he's put in the work, and I just love it. He's one of the greatest stories, and I just really enjoy watching Max Muncy, and I'm hoping that he gets that on-base streak past 36. So the current longest streak this year is Jorge Polanco's 36-game streak with the Minnesota Twins. But here we go. We got Ruben. Please tell me who we traded for. Floro junk, Garcia junk. Look, Floro is a guy, he looks good. He had a great start. He was really the most reliable guy coming out of the pen for a stretch back there in the first half of the season. In the first half of the season, and then really the wheels fell off the other night. His ERA since May 10th above 10. So he's a guy who he still has the stuff. He's still hitting 95, but it's the location. He's hanging stuff. But here we go. We got Ruben Rodriguez, 818, moved to 530. Ruben Rodriguez, you love the Dodgers. Nice, my man. Ruben Rodriguez, love the Dodgers. We got Dodgers Nation. By the way, guys, this is one of my favorite ones, the Think Blue, Bleed Blue t-shirt. Head over to DodgersNation.com. Get yourself a really nice, comfortable tee. These are great, I'm telling you. We got Adrian Robius. We got what happened to Andrew Tolles. He's still dealing with it. He's bounced around. He's had some issues. But here we go. But this game, getting back into it, really, getting back into the game, really. Yeah, the fourth inning, Justin Turner, he gets that hit again. And really, Joe Kelly, I'm telling you, Joe Kelly, 1.13 ERA last 7, and he comes in, he keeps the fastball down, gets those first pitch strikes, forces that ground out, and really, that was the play you're talking about, that nice play by Austin Barnes, and he hasn't given up much since that outing against the Angels a few years ago, since that disaster of an outing, but give him some credit. He gets those strikeouts. He gets a 1-2-3 inning, and then the bottom of the fifth, Julio Urias, that's when really it was big time because Martez gets a hit, and he's just on fire. Martez, 21 for his last 32. That guy is on fire. That guy is on fire, man. And really, two out hits really was the problem, too, with the Dodgers today. Or not the problem. The Dodgers, they held them to 2 runs, but 2 out hits in 4 of the 5 innings. So that was one of the stories about tonight's game is the Dodgers, they're getting through these innings. They're coasting, getting those first 2 outs, and then the Diamondbacks just tried to make it just a little interesting. 4 hits out of the 5 innings. They're getting 2 out hits, but Urias gets them to fly out. Then 6th inning, our boy JT, he just slams one. He cranks one out, JT. And like I said, we need to see that power come back from Justin Turner, who still – He's still hitting for a great average, hitting 300 on the year, 824 OPS, gets his 8th jack of the year. That was a great sign for this Dodger offense. You always want to see Justin Turner getting some bombs every now and then. And then really, like I'm saying, that Will Smith at bat really tiring out Robbie Ray, 20 pitches. And really, he strikes out but still worked that count a little bit. And then really, if you looked at that 8th inning, the 7th inning, the bottom got got interesting. That looked like it was their best opportunity to start to blow things wide open on Urias because he started to lose a little command, and he walks Kelly. He throws 3 straight balls to LeCastro before. That was great. Did you see the fight in Urias, man? He loses his focus for 3 pitches, and then he works his way back, and then he gets 3 straight. Then he gets him to fly out, and that was huge, too, because that kept Marte on deck with Kelly on second. So if Urias has to face one of the hottest pitchers in Major League Baseball, then that's going to be an issue right there. But he gets that fly out. And really, that was that for that inning. 8th inning, CT3, he gets his second hit of the night. Taylor, he's just tearing the cover off the baseball of late. You love what you're seeing from him. And then in the bottom, give our boy Pedro Baez, give him some credit. Pedro Baez, he came in and he delivered the goods. Pedro Baez was given that 97-mile-per-hour cheese, and really, that was a big inning because that 8th inning, bridge it to Kenley. You want to give him that clean inning, and Baez was able to do that. So then it all comes down to that 9th inning. Kenley gets it done. We talked about earlier that ending was just a little weird, bounces off home plate, and but the Dodgers get it done. But here we go, Ruben Rodriguez, over Hill and Maeda. Urias should be a starter. So that is, look, I think that Kenta Maeda is a guy that really comes down to the first 2 innings this year with Kenta Maeda. He's had his issues, but he's a guy that is okay with taking that transitional role into the pen. He'll go into the pen, and he'll take that role in the postseason, and I would not be totally against what you're saying, especially if Urias shows that he's injury-free, that all of his issues are behind him with everything he's been dealing with, and that if he's ready to be a starter, it's not something that I would be totally opposed to, especially because I'm a guy that's always about great stuff. Always about great stuff, but look, the Dodgers, their bullpen doesn't have flamethrowers all over the place, okay? And really, if you take Urias out of that bullpen, then you lose what he brings in that pen, which is extended relief with flamethrower explosive stuff. He's got explosive stuff. He's got great stuff. And really, he can be a weapon out of that pen if our pitchers are doing what they've done this year. So our starting pitching has been the bright spot that has led this team to a 110-win pace. Without the starting pitching, this team isn't where it's at, so you don't want to throw a wrench in that quite just yet. And really, I think that it's something. I mean, if you look at the starting pitching since April 25th, the Dodgers ERA 2.21, first in all of baseball. Opponent's batting average 246, number 1. Strike to walk ratio 7.1, first in all of baseball. WHIP 0.94, 10 shutouts. First, number 1s across the board for your Los Angeles Dodger pitching staff. And really, even in June, they've still continued to excel with a 2.33 ERA. Opponents are hitting 1.91 against them. And really, I don't think necessarily you want to mess with that. Check this out. The Dodgers, their 191 opponents batting average is their lowest in the live ball era for a month since 1965, okay? Since April of 1965. And those are pitchers like Sandy Koufax, like Drysdale, like Padres, like Osteen, okay? So those are historic staffs. And the fact that the Dodgers have guys that can get that done, you know, I don't know if you necessarily mess with that, especially we got guys like Hyun-Jin Ryu. By the way, who's going to the Hyun-Jin Ryu game? How would you guys, 81 games in, what would you guys give the Dodgers pitching staff right now? I'm giving it an A. I'll give it an A. A plus is, I don't even know if I believe in A pluses, right? I give it an A. If Walker Buehler had gotten that perfect game, I'd have gone A plus, but I give it an A. What do you guys give it? We got Adrian Robles. The Dodgers should pursue Brad Hand. I'm with you. The Dodgers should pursue Brad Hand, but it's really believed that he's not going to be a guy that they're going to move, that they are going to move until the winter. I mean, John Heyman reported the other day that they're probably going to wait. They're probably going to wait on Santana as well. I mean, he's the dream guy. He's the dream guy. But then I guess but look, Andrew Freeman, if there's something that can be done and the price is not too high, I'm sure they would. So I guess you got to root for the Los Angeles Dodgers and whoever the Indians are playing, whoever the Pirates are playing, whoever the Giants are. Well, the Giants are like the worst team in Major League Baseball, really. But really, the Giants. We got Adrian Robles A-, Ruben B+. What would you guys give the bullpen? What would you guys give the bullpen? I'll give the bullpen a B-. A B-. I know I'm gonna just that's a nice fluffed up grade right there, but B is for bullpen. I'll give them a B-. They're responsible for 16 of the 26 Dodger losses this year, and really it's kind of unfortunate. So actually I'm gonna have to downgrade that to a C. I'm gonna downgrade that to a C. The Dodgers bullpen, that seventh inning, that bridge roll really has been really troublesome at times, but I'll give it a C+. I'm with you, Ruben Rodriguez. I'll go to C+. We got SD Dodger coming up for the Ryu bobblehead night. Nice. You're getting the package for the Hunjin Ryu night. Bihana 55, you give it a C+ for the bullpen. Yeah, the bullpen, look, like I mentioned earlier, the bullpen is volatile in Major League Baseball from a game-to-game basis, from a year-to-year basis. And if you look at it, managers don't want pitchers to face the lineup 3 straight times. They don't want to face them 3-4 straight times, and that's why bullpens are pitching on average this year 3.62 innings per game. So you just look at it, that's how it is. Starting pitching is down. Starting pitching this year, they're down to 88 pitches per game. That's down 9 from 97, which is only a year ago, okay? So that's just what it is. And then also, look, the ball is juiced. I mean, let's just be honest. Manfred said the other day something about it being the center of the baseball, and that's how it's being juiced a little bit. But look, if you look at it, there's going to be over 600 home runs hit, more than last year. So really the bullpen has not been able to keep the ball in the yard. That long ball has been the Achilles heel. So look, that's just kind of how it is, and you got to get through that. That's why I think you need gas. That's why I think you need those elite arms in the offense, in the bullpen for the Dodgers to really go all the way. But here we go. We got Bihana 55, C+ for the bullpen. We got Ruben Rodriguez. That's more than a 500 losing percentage. Look, hey, you're right. The bullpen has had its issues, but look, that is why we are targeting these big names. That's why the Dodgers right now, you know that is priority number one, especially with the offense starting to turn it around with Kike and CT3 playing better of late. Chris Taylor is just playing his best baseball of the season since Corey Seager went out, since assuming that role, and really give him a lot of credit. But Ruben Rodriguez, elite is the word. That's what I'm saying. My thing is, it's superstar or superstar-ish, and really, I don't think the Dodgers really should accept anything less, especially when you know what's at stake. You know that what they're trying to accomplish right now. So I'm with you on that. But here we go. We got there's guys like that. I mean, like Ken Giles is a guy I'm not really that excited about. 4.65 last season, despite, yes, he didn't blow a single save, but that spotty postseason in 2017, I was watching that series so closely because that's who the Dodgers were going to go up against. So, look, he lost it a little bit, and we really can't afford to have a guy with that track record. But, look, he had an ERA over 11, and he lost 2 games in 2017. Shane Green's a guy, too. He's a kind of a wild card. He's been electric this year, and he's been one of the best relievers in all of Major League Baseball. But the thing with Shane Green, my concern with him is he has never pitched in the postseason. So we know that's when those lights get bright. That's when it starts to get real. And if you haven't competed on that stage, then really you're still an unknown on that stage. But look, the thing with him too is just how will he handle that kind of pressure, especially knowing that this Dodger team hasn't won a World Series since 1988. So that's a lot to put on a guy, but he's the one. But And also, too, he's alternating from good to bad. Last year, he had an ERA of 5.12 with a WHIP of 130. So, I mean, if it's Shane Green versus no one, sure, bring him in. But to me, he's a little more of a risk with his inconsistencies year to year and his inability and his lack of postseason experience. But really, I want to see Vasquez. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of him on YouTube. Like, who do you guys want, though? Who's your dream? I think Hand is really – you can't really go against Hand. Hand is just spectacular of late. But it really just comes down to the prospects, too, they want to give up. What is going to be the asking price? Apparently, Farhan has a ridiculous asking price on Bumgarner. So if that's the case, I don't care. Maybe his knowledge of the farm. And you know what, honestly, look, Will Smith – he's been really, really great this year. He's a guy that is perfect for what the Dodgers need. He can get clutch saves, and he can bring it when Kenley doesn't have it. He's everything the Dodgers really need, but I don't want to give up prospects to the same guys in the division. I don't want to give guys up to the division because I don't want to get beat by guys. And, look, we just get a little attached, and that's just kind of what it is. And also just the history. Jason Schmidt, Brian Wilson, Sergio Ramos. Do those names ring a bell? Those are names that have not done well. And even Uribe's first couple of years weren't very that good. So I don't know if it's a little extra juju on there. There's this Giants-Dodgers type rivalry thing that happens. But here we go. We got our friend Javier Ramirez was there at the stadium, and the little kid got slammed when he ran in the field. Oh, man, really? Oh, that happens. Man, they really need to get something done. Like I was saying, they need to not worry about the netting. They need to get some barbed wiring around Cody Bellinger. Thankfully, he was in the dugout today. He's got to hire some security. Kirby Yates, Ernesto, look, I mean, if you look at the Padres are in wild card contention, and apparently, you make an investment like they made in Manny Machado, and it looks like they are going to stay with it. They're going to try to make a run of that wild card. But here we go. Bihana 55. Let's stay in the second half of the season. Joe Kelly finds his stuff and does what he was signed for. Look, 11 scoreless in the postseason. We know what he brings, and he's starting to show signs of it. Give DodgersNation.com credit for writing that piece about it. Since then, he's really been a different guy. He's really starting to get back on that horse. Joe Kelly, you're back on that horse. You got to ride that, man. You got to ride it. And here we go. We got Bartolo, the GOAT. We got Vasquez, who starts tomorrow. We talked about a little earlier, Adrian Robles. Gonsolin's going to make his major league debut. It's a 12:35 start. That's going to be exciting. We got Fan DD Forever T. Trading Will Smith to the Giants. SMH. I mean, you're pitching Will Smith to Will Smith. You'd be like that Spider-Man meme in like real life where they're just pointing at each other. Brian Amaya, hello. What up, Brian? We got Tina G-Man. They better make the right player acquisitions. They haven't had the greatest luck trading for pitching. You're right. I mean, anytime you make a trade for a pitcher, you bring in Yu Darvish, was well documented, but at the same token, they also got Floro. They also got Morrow. They also got Watson. They got guys that have contributed. So more often than not, and then you got Madsen, though, the Dan Patrick lookalike. So, look, more often than not, the pitching has worked out, but it's a risk that you take, and that's why you get a guy that has a proven track record. You get stars. You got to bring in guys that have all-star stuff. So, here we go. We got Patty, Gallinger, O'Connor, go Dodgers. Luz Vaquez, muy buen Dodgers, son los mejores. All right, I love all those emojis. That's what I'm talking about. We got Luis Vasquez, Dodgers, numero uno. That's what I'm talking about. Bam Bam, going tomorrow, going to the game in Arizona. Bam Bam, going to the game in Arizona. I love it. Bring those good vibes. We need you in the stadium. I mean, we don't have to worry about a lot of Dodger fans, Dodgers Nation reps out there at Dodger Stadium East, Chase Field. I think, like I said, the Dodgers should be able to wear those home whites. That should be the rule. They should wear those home whites because they have more fans there than the Diamondbacks. But here we go. Will Smith, Battery, Patty Gallinger, O'Connor. But here we go. We got Leah, who's coming back and who will leave. We got Ruben Rodriguez, 2 arms at least. Who will be at that goes? I mean, that just kind of depends what they're willing to give up. I mean, do they want to go the top 20 prospect route? Do they want to pluck guys from the minor leagues that Farhan knows, that has more familiar with? So that's kind of the thing too. It just kind of depends. But to me, there's no question. He's made more than 40 moves in his time as Dodger GM. You know he's going to really make a move. But, closing out tonight pretty soon, just want to give a major shout-out to the young Dodgers. Man, you got the boys of summer. These are the babies of summer, okay? The Dodger youth, Alex Verdugo, Matt Beattie, Kyle Garlick, Will Smith. Show some love. Show some thumbs up and hearts and mash that heart button for the youth, because really they're just balling out of control. Verdugo, he's hitting 304, Beattie 329, Garlick 333, Will Smith 304, and really they're just getting those contributions on a daily basis. And we saw what happened the other day with Matt Beattie, Verdugo, and Will Smith hitting those home runs. It was just really awesome. But combine those rookies, they're hitting 311 with 14 home runs and 55 RBIs. So the babies of summer are doing work. Give them a lot of credit. Matt Beattie with runners in scoring position has been spectacular. But we've seen a lot of these position players come up and play extremely well. Now we're going to see a pitcher tomorrow. I'm telling you, it's with a 12-game lead in the division. It's going to be exciting to see tomorrow what we get out of Tony Gonsolin, a guy who really, I want to see how he hits too. He's I believe he's an outfielder, a shortstop before he converted. So I'm really excited to see what we get out of him. And it's going to be really, really cool to see that. I mean, you get to see this guy realize his dream out there. Hopefully he pitches lights out, maybe like but here we go. We got Manuel, awesome young kids, have good chemistry. Ernesto, 324405571. I met Will Smith at spring training, and nobody wanted his autographs. Hey, Ernesto, you got to get that autograph no matter who it is. It's like buying stock. You never know. People weren't buying Apple stock, you know what I mean? You got to get that, because then it can blow up. Hearts, no, really, come on. Heart for the baby of summer. I'm telling you, the boys of summer, great book. The babies of summer are doing it for a MLB best team. It's just unbelievable. 55 wins for your Dodgers. Leah Schertzman, thumbs up emoji. Tina G-Man, Dodgers management doesn't want to pay for pitching, so why would they want to trade top prospects for it? I really think that it just comes down to, I really think it's a case-by-case basis. Yes, we know what they've developed with this pipeline, and they know what they have coming up. They know, like last year, they bring Walker Buehler gets his opportunity, but it's a little different when you consider the fact that they have dominated like they have, and that they know it's going to come down to arms in the postseason. And to me, I actually think that the Dodgers have some tricks up their sleeves, and I think that they will be willing to pay for the right guy in the right situation. Guys with favorable contracts, whether that be expiring deals or guys with nice deals down the line. But here we go. I mean, they got Sheffield. I mean, they got guys that are coming up, but it's about the here and now, man. You got guys that want to end this streak. You go get our T-shirt. Enough about 88. We want to get that World Series crown. And I think that at some point you got to take those chips and put them all and push it all in. And this is a team that you would want to go all in for. They've been that spectacular. But here we go, Ernesto. I did and got a pick. Nice, dude. I like it. Get that pick. Hey, man. Hey, you probably made his day because no one was asked for his autograph. So shout out to you, Ernesto. Tina G. We got Brian, Etika. We got Ruben Rodriguez. We are winning. We should mortgage the future. Look, you don't mortgage all the future. You have your list of untouchables, but then also there are some guys. Like I said, if you want to move Jeter Downs, you got Gavin Lux. There are some things like, look why Verdugo couldn't get playing time early, because like some positions get log jammed, and I think that in certain situations you do got to consider it. But Manuel Camacho, I'm just so amazed at how good of a ball player Cody Bellinger is. So talented, amazing bat, arm, just all around solid, good player. Exactly. He is. He's a solid, good player, and that people need to keep their hands off of. But yes, Cody Bellinger, I mean, there's so many talking points. First in batting average, 353, and a second in OPS at 1152, 25 home runs. One thing I'm looking for Cody Bellinger is, will he catch Gil Hodges with most home runs before the All-Star break? I think that he definitely can get it. He's on pace to get it. Most home runs before the All-Star break was Gil Hodges, 28. Duke Snyder, the Duke, he had 28. Gary Sheffield, one of my favorite players, he had 27, and then Sean Green had 26. So he's phenomenal. He's reached base in 72 of 77 games, 72 of his 74 starts, and really, you just got to love him. I mean, he's just absolutely incredible. Cody Bellinger, there's a reason why you got teenage girls treating him like he's a Beatle, hopping over and trying to get him some Cody Bellinger love. But that's going to do it, though, for this episode, for this post-game show. Come back. Find us on Sunday. By the way, you can find me on Twitter at DMAC_LA. Go to DodgersNation.com for all of the freshest Dodger merch, all the best Dodger content, articles, and tune in for the Blue Heaven podcast hosted by the great Real FRG Clint Pasillas and Brooke Smith. That's going to be a good one. So be sure to check out for the podcast on Thursday. And really hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Go Dodgers. Tune in for tomorrow's game. You got the debut of Gonsolin, but go Dodgers and cue that Randy Newman, I love LA, and have a good one, guys. See you next time, and I'm out. I'm still here, but go Dodgers, baby.